Okay, so we will start our session. So last time we have discussed about the hit and miss transform, right? Then thinning and thickening process. Okay, so what we have studied in hit and miss transform.
Heat structuring element will ensure that the objects are which are the same as structuring elements are preserved, and in
Hmm.
mis-structuring element, uh, the objects different from structuring element are removed.
Uh, okay, so in hit, that is right, but in hit process, or it what we can say, with the help of hit structuring element, which process we are carried out, erosion or dilation? That is
Erosion.
very right, very right. With the hit structuring element, erosion we are performing, and with the help of mis-structuring element, dilation we are performing. Okay, now what next we have discussed? Hit and miss transform combine the erosion and dilation processes or operations, you can say, right? It's a combination of erosion and dilation operation, hit and miss transform. Okay, now what is next about that hit and miss transform? In that hit and miss transform, hit element or sorry hit structuring element normally perform the erosion operation, and miss structuring element, or with the help of miss structuring element, we are performing the dilation operation. And one more thing that we have discussed, that is mis-structuring element is always a complement of hit structuring element, right? That means your job is to design a hit structuring element, right? When you simply take the complement of that hit structuring element, you will get the mis-structuring element. And for what we are using the hit and miss transform, or what is the application of hit and miss transform? What is application of that hit and miss transform? Right, you can see here it is useful for the detection of specific shapes, right? It is useful for the detection of specific shapes. That is the what we can say, most prominent use of this hit and miss transform. Then we have discussed about the thinning, and as well as we have discussed about the thickening process. Okay, now today we are going to discuss very last point of this morphological image processing, that is boundary extraction. Okay, boundary extraction. Okay, now what we are doing in this boundary extraction process? So there are also some steps that are involved in this boundary extraction process. Which are those? First, erode A by B. Right, means A is your, what we can say, the target element, B is your structuring element. Then perform first erosion of A by structuring element B. This is the first step. Then make set difference between the and the erosion, right? Make the set difference between the A and the erosion. The thickness of the counter contour depends on the size of the constructing object B, right? That means how to extract boundary of any image. So there are actually two steps. First step is you have to perform erosion operation of A and structuring element B. That means A by B. This is the first step. Then you have to subtract the output of that erosion process from the your target image A, right? That means the final equation will be A minus A erosion B. A minus A erosion B. That means first you have to perform the erosion of A by B, and again whatever the output of that erosion process, that you have to subtract from the target element A, and there with the help of this process, or with the help of this step, you can able to extract the boundary of your image. You can able to extract the boundary of your image. Okay, so the at the right hand side you can able to see the example also. So first you have a, that is the target element, then you have a B as a structuring element, then first step is A erosion B, right? So you can see the erosion, after erosion you will get diagram like this, that is A erosion B, and again that A erosion B you have to subtract from the A, right? That A erosion B you have to subtract from the A, and finally that beta A is the output of the boundary extraction, right? That beta A is nothing but your final output, and that is the boundary extraction process, right? What we have did here, we have simply subtracted that A erosion B output from the A target, that is A minus A erosion B, and you will get that beta A is as a final output of boundary extraction process, right? So this is the output of boundary extraction process. So in this way you can carry out the boundary extraction operation. So again, this is the one more example of this boundary extraction. So first you have the what we can say, uh, target image, then middle image is the erosion output, right? A erosion B structuring element we have not given here, but this is the target image. Then after performing the erosion operation, you can see the middle image as the erosion output, and again subtracting that from the your what we can say, the original image, you will get the uh, final output as a boundary extraction. So what we have did here, so we have actually marked the border of that entire image, right? We have marked the border of that entire image. So this is about the boundary extraction process. So here also we have did the same. So you can see at this diagram, these white empty blocks are actually the border of this erosion operation, right? These empty blocks are the border of the erosion operation, right? After subtracting from this, you are getting the border actually, right? So this is the border of that erosion operation. Okay, similarly this is also a boundary extraction process. Okay, now we have completed with the morphological image processing. Okay, now we will move towards the next point of this unit, that is the image segmentation. Okay, so what is our title of this unit? Image segmentation and morphology. So we have discussed about the morphological processes, different morphological filtering, different morphological operations that you can perform, right? To what we can say, detect some specific shapes, objects, to extract some information, to separate the objects from its background and all that. Okay, right? So specifically these morphological operations are dealing with the geometrical shapes of the image. Okay, now next part that we are going to discuss is image segmentation. Okay, so why we require this image segmentation process, or what is need of this image segmentation process? So its objective is, we have to sometimes we have to split the image into two different parts for the processing purpose, or for some or to extract some information from that, राईट. आपल्याला इमेज सेगमेंट का करावी लागते, कारण आपल्याला कधी कधी वी हॅव टू प्रोसेस दॅट इमेज, that particular shape, or we want to extract some information from that image. So that's why we have to segment the image into two or more than two parts, right? It is not necessary that you always segment in two parts. You can go for more than two parts also. Okay, so normally the segmentation refers to the another step in image processing method where input are images and outputs are the attributes extracted from the images. So always remember, in case of enhancement, what is the input is also image, and what is the output, that was also image, right? In case of image enhancement, I am talking, input is also image, output is also image. But in case of image segmentation, your input is image, but output is some extracted information or some attributes that you are extracted from the image. That means this image segmentation comes under the mid-level image processing, or you can simply say image analysis, right? Whereas that image segmentation comes under the first type of image processing, that is low level image processing, or you can simply say image processing, right? This image segmentation comes under the type 2, that is mid level image processing, where input is image and output is some image attributes, or attributes that you are extracted from the image, or simply say you can some information from that image. So that is a mid level image processing, or it can be known as image analysis. So always remember, image enhancement is a low level image processing type, and image segmentation is a mid level image processing type. Okay, so you have to remember this point. It subdivides an image into its constituent regions or objects. Segmentation accuracy determines the eventual success or failure of computerized analysis procedure, right? That means when we segment the image, it can be subdivided into its constituent regions or objects. As I told you, it can be divided into more than one parts, right? Or it can be divided into more than 2 or 3 parts, right? Depending upon your application. Okay, so segmentation algorithms are based on the one of two basic properties of intensity values, that is the discontinuities and similarities. That means now we are going to discuss the theory behind this image segmentation. Okay, or what property, or what we can say properties of the image that we are using to segment that image, right? And to design the segmentation algorithms. बरोबर आहे. जसं की आपण मॉर्फॉलॉजिकल इमेज प्रोसेसिंग मध्ये काय वापरलं होतं, we have used the set theory, right? We have used the set theory as a mathematical tool, and based on that, or with the help of that set theory, we are performing the different morphological processes on the image. Okay, now what we are doing in case of image segmentation? So in case of segmentation, we are using the two basic properties of intensity values, right? Each image has some intensity value, बरोबर आहे. प्रत्येक इमेजला एक इंटेन्सिटी व्हॅल्यू असणार आहे. मग त्या इंटेन्सिटी व्हॅल्यूची आपण ज्या प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत, ते प्रॉपर्टी आपण इथं मॅथमॅटिकल फंक्शन म्हणून वापरणार आहोत. कशासाठी? फॉर द इमेज सेगमेंटेशन. ही इमेज सेगमेंटेशन प्रोसेस करण्यासाठी आपण त्या इमेजची जी इंटेन्सिटी व्हॅल्यू आहे, त्याच्या ज्या दोन प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत, डिसकंटिन्युटी अँड सिमिलॅरिटी, ह्या दोन प्रॉपर्टीचा वापर करून आपण इमेज सेगमेंटेशन करणार आहोत. बरोबर आहे. मॉर्फॉलॉजिकल प्रोसेस आपण कशा केला? विथ द हेल्प ऑफ सेट थिअरी, डिफरंट अरिथमॅटिक अँड लॉजिकल ऑपरेशन्स, राईट? विथ द हेल्प ऑफ सेट थिअरी. आणि त्या केसमध्ये सेट म्हणजेच आपण काय कन्सिडर केलं होतं? द टार्गेट इमेज अँड द what we can say next is structuring element or another image. That is, set A is the first target image, set B is the second target image, or in our case it can be a structuring element, right? So A is one set, B is a one set, that is nothing but the structuring element, and with the help of that set theory we are applying on the image processing and we are performing the morphological operations. So similarly, in case of image segmentation, what we are doing? We are using the two properties of intensity values, that is the discontinuity and similarity, and by using these two properties we are performing different image segmentation operations, right? We are designing different algorithms for this image segmentation and we are performing the segmentation operation on the image. Clear with this? So what is this property, or what this discontinuity and similarity? So first is a discontinuity. So what do you mean by discontinuity? Approach is to partition image based on abrupt changes in intensities. Discontinuity means what? Whenever in an image, whenever there is abrupt change in intensity, that means there is some discontinuity. There is some discontinuity, right? And where we are actually getting that abrupt change in intensity as the edges. Why edges? Because as you know, edges are the high frequency components of the image, while rest of the image is somewhat low frequency components. So as soon as you detect that high frequency, that means what? There is a abrupt change in that intensity level. So this is the discontinuity. This is the discontinuity property. And what is the similarity property? So this, in this similarity approach, the partition of image based on the similar regions according to predefined criteria. According to predefined criteria. For example, suppose I have a particular image, right? So I have predefined criteria is all intensities below say 200 value, or all intensities, right, with zero value, right? And or what we can say, that is the my area of interest, or intensities with zero value. So this is the similarity. As soon as when I found, or when I face some changes in that intensity levels, that means whenever I'm finding the zero, that is okay, that is the similarity. But whenever again I'm starting getting the 1, 2, 3, 4, that is the discontinuity. That means what? Change in intensity, right? So discontinuity means what? Abrupt change in intensity, right? And that is occur normally at the edges, because edges are the high frequency component of that image, while rest of the image is low frequency component. So whenever you are getting sudden change in frequencies or sudden change in intensities, you can simply identify that is the edges or borders of that object or target, right? And whenever you are finding the, what we can say, the some similar intensity levels, right? Whatever you have predefined it, whatever the values that you have considered prior, whenever, until and unless you are finding the similar intensity values, that is the similarity property. And whenever you find some abrupt change in intensities, that is the discontinuity property, right? So with the help of this discontinuity and similarity property of the intensity values, we are going to perform different image segmentation operation on the image, right? So in other way, you can say this is the mathematics behind this image segmentation. Okay, and what maths or which properties of the image we are using to segment the image? So we are using the discontinuity and similarity property of the intensities. We are using the discontinuity and similarity property of the intensities, right? With the help of these two properties of intensity, we are performing the segmentation operation on the image. We are performing the segmentation operation on the image. And what is discontinuity? Abrupt change in intensity levels, right? And what is similarity? It is a similar region according to some predefined criteria. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे ती तुम्ही ठरवायची व्हॅल्यू की तुम्हाला कुठल्या इंटेन्सिटीचे पिक्सेल पाहिजे. मग त्या इमेजमध्ये जेवढे त्या इंटेन्सिटीचे पिक्सेल येत जातील, दॅट आर द सिमिलर, राईट? और दॅट इज द सिमिलर विथ इच अदर. बरोबर आहे. प्री डिफाईन्ड क्रायटेरिया तर तुम्ही डिफाईन करू शकता की तुम्हाला कुठल्या इंटेन्सिटी लेवलचे पिक्सेल पाहिजे. Or you can collect the intensity pixels or pixels with the same intensity levels. That is the similarity property. And whenever you find an abrupt change in that intensity, that is known as discontinuity. कारण intensity बदलली का नाही, intensity value change झाली, that means there is change in intensity value, abrupt change in intensity. So that can be known as discontinuity. And whenever you are finding the similar value pixels or similar intensity value, that is the similarity property, right? Now what are different techniques that we are using based on this, or with the help of this intensity values or this discontinuity and similarity property? So we can go for thresholding, we can go for region growing, we can go for region splitting and merging. So these are the different what we can say operations. With the help of this we can actually segment the image, right? These are different operations or tools that can be used for image segmentation: thresholding, region growing, region splitting, and merging, right? So these are the tools. With the help of these tools we are actually performing the image segmentation operation. Clear with this? समजलंय सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will discuss the point, line, and edge detection processes, right? So the next part of this image segmentation is the point detection, then line detection, and the edge detection. Okay, so we will talk about this point, line, and edge detection. Okay, up till now what we have discussed, all of you clear with this? All of you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so three types of image features. First type is a point, second type is a line, and third type is a edges, right? In any image you can find some points, you can find some lines, or you can find some edges, that means the borders of that image, right? So these are the three basic features that are present in every image, right? That are present in every image. Now with the help of these features, if we detect this or if we use these features to detect different objects or targets, it will be easy to segment that image. It will be easy for us to segment that image. Now first part is a edge, right? So first part is the edge detection. So what we are performing this edge detection? So all of you know edge pixels, the pixels at which intensity of an image changes abruptly. And what is the reason behind this? What is the reason behind this? Why at the edges you find the abrupt change in intensities? Because edges are the high frequency component, right? Where you are what we can say getting the high frequency component, that means your intensity values are also going to change, and that's why edges are the or at the edge you are finding the abrupt change in intensity values, because edges are always high frequency components in an image. Clear with this? So with the help of this edge segmentations, how we can do that? So these edges are the set of connected edge pixels, right? With the help of these edges, if you what we can say go for some edge detection algorithms or edge detection principles, you can, or whenever you find some abrupt change in intensities, you can simply detect it is a edge. Okay, go for next step. Okay, again detect some abrupt change in intensity within that image. So always whenever you find abrupt change in intensity, you can simply detect there is some edge or there is some border, right? And when you detect such a border of that particular target image, you are able to extract the information from that image. That means you are actually making the border out of that image. You are making the border out of that image. Clear with this? So this point, line, and edge detection that we will discuss in next lecture. Okay, today we will stop here. If you have any doubt what we have discussed today, you can ask me right now. From this point we will continue our discussion in next lecture. All of you through with this? समजलंय का सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we will stop here. We will continue in next lecture.